Thank you, Mel. And hello, Munich! I'm really happy to be here tonight, and also thank you to all my friends who showed up to see me. I'm really glad to see you, both of you. And so please don't be scared of me. I know I look like a neo-Nazi, but I'm not. My hairline is all natural. But what little hair I have left, I have to cut short so I don't look like a pedophile. And I need the beard so I don't look like a cancer patient. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm not a very typical German. I don't care about soccer. I am notoriously late and I don't drink. In fact, I've never had a drink in my life. Yeah, I know that reaction, and I'm also aware that none of you guys is going to hang out with me later. And I know that's true because after the last show, only one woman came up to me. She was slightly drunk, and all she wanted from me was for me to drive her home. And so I told her, all right, Mom. So, what did I do later? Well, I went to Oktoberfest, of course. And Mel, our host for tonight, he was there as well. He was the typical drunken Irish guy. Or as everybody else knows it, an Irish guy. And being the only sober person at Oktoberfest is like being the eye of a storm. So let me tell you what this eye saw there. A very bizarre thing, for example, was there was a guy drinking beer out of a shoe. Now, I don't know why he did it, but I'm pretty sure it was not to impress women. Which is a shame, because the women at Oktoberfest, they are very gorgeous. It's amazing what a dirndl and more makeup than what they use on the average episode of The Walking Dead is. What they can transform people into just so they can show off traditional Bavarian values. And yeah, so he probably went home alone that night. Either barefoot or... But as drunk as he was, he probably didn't care or even notice, so he probably didn't take off anything, including his shoes, before falling into his overpriced Airbnb bed. That must have been quite a morning after. And also at Oktoberfest, if you have never been to the men's room, it is an experience. I can only recommend it. First thing you notice, there's a line. Only at sports events, tech conferences, and beer festivals is there a line in front of the men's room. And when I got in there, the first thing that I noticed was there were no individual urinals. Instead, there was this long-ass gutter that was constantly being fed with piss at all times. It was beautiful. 50 Shades of Yellow, I tell you. And the thing is, I don't really like peeing with other people around. Not because I'm afraid they might pee. I don't have anything to hide. But it's more like I'm not the most social person. So, now I lost my red thread. Yes, river of piss. And so I had to do something to relax a little, and all of a sudden I realized this is not about peeing or leaving, this is part of being something bigger than yourself, because the river, it never stops, no matter how no matter who's participating. And after that realization, I felt like I'm in a Disney movie, and I just let it go. Now, on to a different topic, on to another pissing contest, if you will. Let's talk about politics. I don't really want to do political comedy because I think because jokes about politicians, they age as fast as the people they're about. But with President Trump inside being in office, I feel compelled to share a couple of thoughts while I still can, because he might mean the end of comedy as we know it. Let me explain why. It's not because he would ban comedy. He seems like a person who would like to do that, but it's not very realistic. And it's also not because it would mean the end of the world, which unfortunately is also somewhat realistic, but hopefully not the case. In fact, I hope those nuclear launch codes that he has, I hope they're longer than 140 characters. Let me explain, and not because they would be longer than a tweet, but because they would be longer than his attention span. No, really, the real reason why he would be the end of comedy is because of comedy inflation. I mean, seriously, who here doesn't have a Trump joke ready? Probably not many. So my theory is that some starving-ass comedian somewhere was wishing for an endless supply of self-writing jokes. So what he did was he opened Trump's box, and out came everything except for decency and good hair. And also, I think he's worse than Hitler, and here's why. If Hitler had had as much pussy as Trump had, not the one he grabbed, but the ones he got because he was born as a rich fuck, he would have been a much nicer person. I know I would have been. Thank you very much.